Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday, August the 3rd. We are in the next month. Welcome to the Leadership Call for Sunday. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I'm very, very happy to have you all here. We have some amazing teaching lined up for you to get your business on. Quick tip from the Newbie Corner, something I experienced, and I just want everybody to keep in mind. We've said this before, that you should be married to the process and not to the prospect. Don't put all your hopes in one person or these ideal people that you think are going to explode your business. Keep it moving, because the person that you think may not have much to contribute may be your superstar you're looking for. And then the person that you had all your hopes in may be the biggest disappointment. So again, be married to the process. Not the prospect. And now our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders, he is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, seven-figure earner at Green Organics at HBN, and our first six-figure earner at Godasana, an amazing teacher, an amazing friend, always really, I mean, if you ever met Coach Will in person, he's a really cool guy. I think he's pretty cool. So, but an amazing friend, loves to have fun, and can get you to where you need to be in your business. So, Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
I am available. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for that trip to the Newbie Corner, ladies and gentlemen. And just know, Miriam was not joking. You should definitely be married to the process, be married to the mission. You can even, once you figure out what works for you, you can be married to a particular method. But what you don't want to do is be married to the prospect, figuratively speaking, because you don't know. You never know who it is. And the people you think will sometimes won't. The people you think won't will shock you sometimes in that fact. So great. And that's just something she picks up from just doing the business. These are things that you learn from doing the business. So when it happens to you, don't be surprised. Let me see. Is Tiara Moore on the call tonight? Is T on the call? I don't know if T's on tonight.
I'm here.
Oh, hey T, I want to thank you for this shirt. Just a quick FYI, I love this shirt so much. She sent me the blinged out MLM as a sport T-shirt. Told him I gotta watch this on gentle cycle and hang it out to dry because I don't want to mess it up. But it's amazing, feels great, and I love it. So if y'all don't have one already, fellas, it's okay to shine. Tiara will get you right with that one. I know Coach Marcus has a plethora of amazing T-shirts that we wear on a regular basis. Oh, Inside Out on Gentle. There it is. Thank you. Look, Coach, no, Inside Out on the Gentle Cycle. We wear Nike. Some of our team members, y'all got money. They wear Gucci. They wear all kind of cool stuff. I like Adidas and this type of the third, but we do like wearing our own stuff to rep our brand and our brand as far as our industry, and to initiate conversations. They happen all the time when you wear branded items from people on our team who have businesses that make these. So we love it. We love it. All right. So that being said, we got a lot to cover tonight, fam. We've got a lot to cover tonight. We'll try to get through it. Anything we don't get through it, we'll get through it with the first part of it on Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, y'all got a treat. Tomorrow night, you got Coach Marcus. Is going to be amazing, as always, with the testimonial call. Never miss that. It's amazing. And then Tuesday night, myself, Miriam Karim, and Coach Seymour Greenridge Blake will be in the building on Tuesday night. So be there. That's been a fun one. If y'all loved Coach Seymour's training on that last call he did last Tuesday, had everybody should put a one in the chat if you really took a lot away from that. I took a ton away from that one. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So let's get into the information tonight. And I want to thank everybody who participates to making these calls happen, and Sydney Brown as well. I think Karen might be on for always being, having people on track with notes, and Coach Marcus with replays. We do not want to ever underestimate how important that is, because everybody can't make every call, and sometimes you got to get those recordings. So let's stay on the mindset track tonight. Not going to get too technical tonight. We know that this is a month of showing the plan. I just finished doing a home meeting, showing the plan to people at my home, which I rarely do, but I'm so committed. We blowing it up. We not playing it. And I have in the last 4 days, I think I've sponsored a new two people at 50 BV and one in 100 BV because I'm doing the same stuff that we're teaching y'all to do. Don't think for one second that Coach Marcus is not recruiting, or Coach Seymour isn't recruiting, or any, or Coach Charlotte's not recruiting. We already have 3. We're doing it all over again because we're so excited about everything that's happening right now. So I got my 3 this week. I can't speak for everybody, and I'll be working with them on the phones and internet this week, but in person on Friday, to make sure they understand the plan and how to set that up. So we're doing exactly what we said we were going to do. If you want to keep up, totally up to you. Totally up to you. Okay. But that being said, let's talk about the mindset. Let's really dig into the mindset to help you have the confidence to do these things and to move forward with these things. We're not in it, network marketing, for the financial component, okay? Because the money is irrelevant if you can't have what we would call personal freedom, okay? So entrepreneurs are typically motivated by money, sure, as are most people, but it's really about the personal freedom that comes with a certain income amount. Entrepreneurship is not about the money, it is about the freedom, the time, the choices, and then on the back end, legacy, because you don't want to leave your family with debt. That's bonkers, bonkers, okay? Now, the second point, that's the first point, freedom over finances. Personal freedom is more important than the finances, I can tell you. The second point is all success requires an element of work. So this is network marketing. It's not net wish marketing, net chill marketing, net sit back and kick it. This is network marketing. And like Coach Marcus always says, we work hard. We work hard. We don't know if you'll work hard. So you might join and make no money, but we work hard so we know we're going to make the money, okay? Because we understand that all success requires work. Now, you don't have to work hard forever. I recommend you get it over with. I sponsored my 3 this week. I'm probably shooting for another 2 or 3 next week, but I'm really focused on coaching and teaching right now. And you can shift to that once you find 3 people that are committed to do the deal. Now, because all success requires work, and there's work with any team, there's work with any business. Any business you ever try, there's going to be work. I was evaluating a program for a good friend of mine. Francine said, just missing one. Y'all show Francine some love in the chat. Francine is 2 out of 3 in Canada no less. So they got the shipping issues. They got the Canadian dollar versus US dollar issues, all of the issues you can possibly have building a business that is based in America in another country. And look at Francine. Who remember Francine last year? Boy, has she grown. She has grown. So amazing. Francine and her sponsor and Upline is doing an amazing job. Just an amazing, I cannot brag on Francine enough. But that being said, there's work with any team or any business. Now, I was evaluating a pay plan for a friend of mine in the industry who I have a lot of respect for. They said, "Will, can you take a look at this pay plan for me?" And I said, "Sure, I'll check it out." I'm kind of like the go-to guy in my circle for pay plan evaluation. The way that Coach Tina, for example, is the product guru, product expert that I go to. Tina, what you think about this? Things of that nature, product-wise. Now, that particular pay plan, and I may share it in the group so y'all can all get a good laugh at it at some point, but they had a point in there that said a disclaimer that said you might not make any money and no income claims and projections. So I'm like, okay, that's good. But then as you scroll down, not even 2 feet, 2 inches down the thing, when you scroll down, it says make up to like $5,500 a month, no recruiting, no selling. And there you have it. That's the type of foolishness that's out there because people are trying to bait, they're trying to bait the 70 percenters. They're trying to bait the 70 percenters who fall for stuff like that. So yeah, so they're saying there's no work involved. We know that's a lie from the pit, but that is how a lot of these companies operate. Now, here's the thing about, yeah, sounds familiar, right? But here's the thing. Oh, and just another point to make you laugh. Their matrix, which they claim to be the greatest, they put that in there. This is the most aggressive pay plan, the best matrix in history. That's what they say. It was all over the page. Their matrix pays out. Now, I want you to understand what I'm about to say is not a typo. Their matrix pays out on the low end, 3 cents, like 3 pennies per position, and on the high end, 3.5 cents per position. That's what their matrix pays out. On orders of a minimum $20, if not more a month. Their minimum thing is $20. And that's not including like the 40 or $50 to activate your account, right? I said 3 cents on the low end and 3.5 cents on the high end per position in the matrix. This is what's out there. So when I tell you you don't have any competition in network marketing, you have no competition in network marketing. You have none. But the suckers that are going to join that company are going to pay more than our 50 BV orders or our 50 BV orders with HBN or GoDasana, and they're going to get served. So you promoting your business, and we'll talk more about that, you're helping people. You're saving this isn't even Live Good. It's a new stupid company, and I may share a link later so y'all can get a good laugh. But when you promote your business and someone joins you instead of Live Good, you just help somebody. You save somebody with the pay plan that works if they want to work it, and you save somebody with products that work. Yeah, NSC, NSCs everywhere. NSCs and NPCs. That is this delusional, okay? But here's the thing, what I can tell you about work. When you really put the work in, because we got to work. We know that. We just being honest. Thank you, Margie. Yeah, we got to work. Because it's work with any team in any business. When you win, which you will. And the speed at which you win is really just about how hard and fast you want to put the work in. When you win, you're going to forget how hard it was. You're going to forget how hard it was. I can't, compare, because I'm not a mom, right? But it's like childbirth. Oh, I definitely told him, Mike Demps. I gave him the truth. And I say, look, stay where you at, also. You ain't coming over here. We friends. It's no big deal. But you don't want to go there. Here's the pay plan. This is terrible. Throw it in the trash and stay where you at. And if you're trying to come over somewhere, you come hang out over here. All right. But if you do the work, you're going to forget how hard it was. It's like childbirth. I hear moms say that a lot. Moms say it was the most painful experience I've ever had. And doctors say it's the closest thing to dying you can do and not die is having a child or giving birth. But mothers forget how bad it was, and then they have another baby or maybe another one. It's the strangest thing, but it's like that with building this business. See, Dee Dee said it. She'd do it again. She would do it again. Same thing with building this business. I can tell you, me and Marcus and Charlotte and Seymour and a lot of others have really built these businesses, and it's hard. But you forget how hard it was. So just understand the benefits far outweigh the negative part of what you would perceive is with work. Okay, now let's move on to the next point. Point number 3. Mike said 1 kidney stone was enough for him. I hear you, Mike. Well, you use these products and keep using them, you ain't gonna have none of those. Okay, not a medical claim, just a testimony. Never had a kidney stone. Love these products. So number 3, all right, I need you to take a powerful, intentional self-inventory coming into August in the next couple of months. A powerful, intentional self-inventory. What is that? Where are you really right now? Like, where are you right now really with everything? But where are you at mentally? Where are you at with your skills? Where are you at with what you're willing to do or not willing to do to build this business, to sponsor the 3 right people, and then help them duplicate? Don't answer in the chat. This is a personal question for you. Where are you really at right now? And you got to be real with you. I know where I'm at, but you got to know where you're at and be real about that. And don't fake it. Don't fake it. Here's a question I would ask myself if I were some of you. Is there any work that you're avoiding? Is there anything you can do, you can afford to do it, you have time to do it, maybe a stretch, but you can do it. Is there anything you're avoiding? Now, if there are things you're avoiding that you just cannot do at all, I understand. You're going to work on your skills. You're going to stay plugged in. You'll be okay. All right. But don't lie to yourself. Don't fake it. If there are things you can do to grow this business and get it over with, to get the right 3, you might have to sponsor 5 or 6 or 7, 3, and you start them off right. They're going to be just fine. Is there anything else you could be doing that you know you're not doing, but you could? Don't answer in the chat. That's just a question for you to evaluate self-inventory wise. How hard in the paint am I willing to go for this amount of time, knowing that I don't have to do it forever? You need to have that conversation with yourself. Have that self-inventory of where you are mentally. Okay, take that checkup from the neck up and take it tonight. Okay. Number 4, I need you, especially if you're committed to showing the plan, which I know a lot of you are, I need you to get clear on your goals. I need you to establish your targets. Okay? For me, my target was always six figures. It just was $100,000, not even six figures. It was 100,000. And then I set a new target, 250, 500, a million. My next target is 2.2 million. My next target is 5 million. My next target is 10 million. I already have these targets lined out and visually in my head, and I write it down all the time. I talk about it all the time. I think about it all the time. I fall asleep, dream about it, wake up, 10 million. That's where I'm at in my career. That's my goals. Now, here's the thing. I want you to set a goal so big that you're almost guaranteed to fail. So then you're not attached to the outcome. I want you to attach to the work. And the work is the same for pretty much all of us. The work consists of just talking to people. The work just consists of communicating with people. You can do it online, offline, in person, on the phone, Zoom, Facebook, chat, email, postcard, smoke signal. It really doesn't matter what you do so long as you do it. Okay. In the chat earlier today, I shared a video of me doing a cold call at a home meeting because people, and it was a couple years back, but I still do this type of stuff because I like staying sharp and I like doing things that everybody else is scared to do. And picking up a phone and calling a stranger is crazy work, by the way. But they had phone, but for some reason at this house, they had a phone book. And this is at the company before I joined here. They had a phone book. And someone was off kilter about well, I don't know if I can do it, or I don't know anybody. I said, okay, let's pretend that I don't know anybody. And I went right to the phone book and just opened it. Okay. And it happened to open up to Domino's Pizza. And that's who I called. Now, how many people saw that video? If you haven't seen the video, I'll send it to you in the chat. Just message me. But how many people saw that video in the group chat earlier? Okay. And all they saw was me picking up a phone and calling a total stranger out the phone book. And this total stranger gave me their phone number. Everybody heard it. And I got a chance to send this person some information. Now, just understand, I said at the end of the video, I don't care if they join. I don't care if they do 100 CV. I don't care if they quit. I don't care if they don't, because I'm not attached to the outcome. All I know is if I take that same script from my little script book, okay, my same little script that I wrote that I know works, even if I don't memorize it, I can read it, okay? All I got to do is just keep going through the phone book. Keep going through this. So I don't want to hear that you don't know anybody. There are people, because you got the internet now, and all I got to do is keep going through the phone book. I'm going to have my 3. I guarantee I'm going to have my 3 because it's a phone book. I can get a phone book from every state in the country if I wanted to. Yellow Pages is online. So that's the reality of how that works and how it can work. So never be scared, never be afraid. It doesn't matter how you do it. Will, I don't want to show the plan. Well, you do it a different way, but you still got to do it. Will, I don't want to get a website and do lead. Cool, find another way. You still got to do it. I don't want to do, and you might get blocked doing cold calls. So what? They might block you, they might hang up in your face. We don't care. We don't care. I've been called a lot worse by a lot better. I'm not worried about that. Okay? I'm not worried about that. Yeah, however you do it, you still got to do it. You can't escape the work. Okay. So set goals that are big, but also like my $10 million goal is here, my $5 million goal is here. But right now I'm working toward the 2.2 with this particular company. That's why I'm working at with this goal, right? So you have your $10,000 goal, and then maybe you have a 50 and 100. Okay. You don't have to go, but go bigger than what you're comfortable doing. Maybe 3 or 4 goals out, go bigger than what you're comfortable with doing, and set a goal really big. One of your money goals, set one that's big, and I'm going to tell you why a little bit later. But I want you to attach your winning to the effort, to the discipline, and to the growth. Okay, to the growth. So Shauna said 2.2 per year. I want 2.2 first, then I can make it per year. I can't make 2.2 per year until I hit 2.2 total. So that's just the way my mind works. I got to hit it first, and then I'm good. Okay. So getting out of debt is not a goal. That should be in your 20 reasons why, or that should be on what the what hurts you list. Okay, the what hurts you list. It should be like Coach Seymour talks about, yes, but that's not a money goal. We're talking about specific money goals right now, and those need to be specific. Now, if your goal is less, if you look at 2, 3 goals into the future, this is for everybody, 2, 3 goals into the future, 10,000 here, 50. If 2 or 3 or maybe 4 goals into the future is less than $100,000, too small. If you look 2 or 3 goals up your list and it's not $100,000, it's probably too small. Why? And that means that you haven't been around the right conversations long enough. You haven't been to enough events, or you haven't done enough local meetings in your area, like like Charlotte and Richard and Derek and Lynette and Kenya put together, and Tiara and Sonic and they put together, or Miriam, and I think Valerie was there as well. You haven't done enough meetings where you're around the right conversations. Okay, like in Louisiana and Breaux Bridge, you need to be at meetings and around people, even if it's online, but it's better in person. That's scientifically proven. Like Nashville, you need to be around the right conversations, and then eventually you'll understand that $100,000 is it's. I'm not gonna say it's no money. It's very important, but in the big scheme of things for you, and I can just speak for a lot of you, not everybody, a lot of you, the purpose that God put you on this earth to accomplish, 100,000 is not going to give you the freedom you need to accomplish it. It's not enough. Some of you, I can't speak for everybody. Some of you who I know have a call on your life that is so big. It's so big. The things that you're supposed to accomplish for the world, for society, and for the world. $100,000 in today's economy is not enough for you to have the freedom to do what you put here to do. It's just not enough. Okay, so big goals, all right? Number 5, mindset. Two types of people that are in network marketing, and we're not talking about customers versus distributors. I mean, as far as distributors, two types: players and spectators. And I think it might have been Coach Marcus on his live earlier, which was amazing, by the way. Coach Marcus was on his live and he was talking about, you got year one from a sports standpoint. All right. You got the first down, second down. He was using football analogies. They are players in this game and they are spectators. Now, spectators make a lot of noise. They talk a lot. Their commissions typically stay the same, but they do a lot of talking and they show up because spectators, they'll paint their face in the stands. They'll come support. They never miss an event. They'll be out in the rain at the football game. They're amazing and we love spectators, but we know they're not playing the game. We know they're not on the field getting tackled. They don't get the broke fingers on the field. They don't get turf toe. They're not at risk of concussion. They're not playing the game. So you got to, don't put in the chat. I don't want to know if you think you're a player or a spectator. Your results will show us. Yeah, they don't get the jersey dirty, right? They don't get it dirty. You have to make a decision about which one you really are right now and which one you want to be. Okay, I can tell you, Francine's a player. Francine's a player. I'm more excited and proud about Francine's 2 personals that she has than some people that have 50. Just because I understand, because I've built teams in different countries and helped people, I know how difficult it is. And then to do all of that mindset work at the same time, it's a lot. So I'm very proud. That's a player. Coach Marcus, obviously a player. Okay. Some of you, Coach Seymour and his team, everybody who rolled with Coach Seymour, Myrtle, Clarence Hubbard, I don't see, look, they are, Tiara Moore is a player. Okay. Some people, it's not to me, I don't want to start naming everybody because then, well, you didn't mention me. No, they got a lot of players out here. Miriam Noam's like, hey, that's a player right there. Jessica Hill drove to a meeting to support somebody. Coach Tina drove to a meeting to support somebody else's meeting, show up at DD meeting. Those are players. Okay, doesn't have to be in person. Francine doesn't do in person, doesn't have to be in person. But you know in your heart if you're a player or you're a spectator. Yeah, Lillian, but y'all know, you know who the players are, and you know some spectators too. We know some spectators. You got to figure out which one you want to be. Okay, Sydney and Karen, I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't sold on Karen day one. Sydney said, nah, Will, you'll see. She's a player. Karen Narber showed me too. She showed me. She said, Karen is a player. Sydney always said it. I wasn't sold. I knew Sydney was a player. She said, you'll see. And I did. Okay. So that's the reality of being a player versus spectator. You figure out who you are and you figure out which one you want to be. And guess what? You don't have to play the game forever. At some point, you can retire and have a great retirement and you can get a job commentating on TNT. Okay. But you do need to be a player at least for a season. And boy, you want to make it a good season. All right. Want to make it a good season. Okay. Now, next point number 6. Motivation versus mission. And Miriam touched on this a little bit in the beginning. What really drives you? What really drives you? Okay, don't put that in the chat. You know what your 20 reasons why are. I had a great talk with my beautiful wife the other day, and she was talking about what's driving her in this season of business. And I'm like, oh, you about to build for real? Like you got, she is corporate top earner, military rock star, don't need this at all. She's like, no, I'm about to do some things. I'm like, what? She's recruiting people. It's crazy to watch. For some reason, the motivation just changed. That's on her. Okay. I got to see it firsthand. You got to pick your own motivation. You got to figure that out. What your motivation is. Look, dang, Coach Marcus said his wife told him the same thing today. Golly, yeah, it's about to get real out here. It's about to get real. Okay. Now, then once you figure out what really drives you, and that, look, don't put in the chat, that is all personal for you, but you need to know what's motivating you, what the mission is for you. Okay. The next question you got to ask yourself on the point number 6, what's holding you back? What's holding you back? Okay, that's a conversation you can have with yourself off call. All right, you got to think about it right now. Think about it after this call. What's really stopping me? What's holding me back? Sometimes it's not what you think. Okay. Next question under point number 6. What resources are you already sitting on? Because some people have income and they can spend money on a website. They can buy traffic or leads. They can outsource stuff. They can get t-shirts and drop cards. They can do all this type of stuff. We didn't have none of that coming into network marketing, by the way, 0. But as we learned it and we made more income, we have no problem investing money in things that make us more money, right? But it's not always money or resources. Sometimes you have time. Sometimes your resources are people. Sometimes you're just a really good person and people in your network have a lot of respect for you. They like you a lot, okay? Sometimes you happen to be a member at a really big church. Sometimes you work for a company where you still got to go to an office and you got a lot of unsatisfied coworkers. That's a resource. YouTube is a resource. What resources do you have? If you got the internet or a laptop or a phone, and just know one phone has 100 times the technology of whatever they claim the space lander was in 1960s. Your cell phone's more complex. Yeah, LinkedIn. You got resources that don't cost you nothing that you're not already spending, right? Your contacts in your cell phone. That's a resource more valuable than money. If you got the right contacts in your cell phone, you don't need leads and emails, right? Think about that. If you have a car, do you know, I know reps that have gone diamond with no car? No car, can't move. I just need you to understand that. Yeah, working in the office with other people, huge resource, right? Huge resource. If you have a car, that is resource. If you got good credit, that is a resource. I remember when I started network marketing, my credit was trash. I was scared to look when I first started. I didn't have that. That wasn't one of my resources. But I had a car with unlimited gas because I had a cop car and they gave us little gas cards. Okay, they gave us little gas cards. Hold on. Why do people always call me when we on the Zooms? Okay. So your story is a resource. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 resources right now, 3, that if you have 2 legs, if you have eyes that work, see, some people take that for granted. You can see, that's a resource. Sight is not promised to you. The ability to speak. Some people have strokes, can't speak. Your ability to speak is a resource that's more valuable than money. You have everything you need. Even if you have no money, you have everything you need. Don't think it's not all about the money. It's not about the money. Okay? All y'all have, put a 1 in the chat if you understand you got a bunch of resources that you can use literally in unlimited amounts. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that. One of the most important things I ever learned was that I didn't need money. I had resources. I just had to really get really grateful, stop complaining about life and really get grateful on what I had. And I had a laundry list of incredible resources that I get to use to build a business any place, anytime. Understand that, okay? Point number 7. You've heard this many times before and you'll hear it again tonight. Money loves speed. Money like moving fast. I can tell you, speed comes from confidence. Well, how do I become more confident? You get more confident by acting quickly, by executing fast. Executing fast. Like hot market builds confidence for a lot of people. Showing the plan once or twice builds confidence for a lot of people. Getting that first sale, you got to get that first sale. You got to get that first recruit. You got to get that first sale. The first sale usually comes from hot market. The first recruit usually comes from friends or social media or a meeting. You got to get those knocked out. Now let's move on to part number 8. And this is part 8. This is where I know some of us excel. Execution is everything. Yeah, Clarence said it. Money should be moving at all times. Yes, Clarence, you are correct. And in this day and age, money should be moving at all times. Okay. Execution is everything. Execution is where you dominate. Just because, let's say, for example, there are people at the other company I was talking about earlier, they might really be ready to execute, but their pay plan and their products won't get them a good return on their investment of energy. Won't get them a good return. With our company, because our products are amazing, our products work flat out. Our pay plan is hyper aggressive. Some of y'all gonna find that out tomorrow. Some of y'all gonna find out tomorrow. How many people looking forward to Matrix Money? Money Matrix Money. How many people looking forward to that tomorrow? I hope it's not just me. MJ, you better be in the comments. You better be like, I'm looking forward to it for our home. Yeah. So all right. So execution is where we can dominate because we have the products and we have the pay plan and we have the leadership and coaching and support. All we missing is you. You got to get out there and execute. That's where most people fail, but you won't. You won't. Okay. You will not fail there because you know that it's all about showing the plan. I don't care if it's a video. I don't care if it's a text, an email, a smoke signal, or a Campbell soup can with the string on it. You know, all you got to do is show the plan. Now, let me give y'all an HBN tip. I know we've been talking about GoDesigner a lot lately with the pay plan changes and the new products that are coming out this month. Y'all think this month is good. Wait till, just wait. Just wait. August is going to be the biggest month this year for probably everybody on this call that's serious. You just need to already start speaking that into existence. Start to write the check in your mind already. If you're putting in the work, August should be the biggest month for a lot of you, and that momentum should carry over into September. It really should. It really should. Now, let me give you an HBN tip from Paula. And I said, Paula, when I finally had a chance to meet her, we're in Miramar Beach, Florida. We had an event and she came and it was amazing. Hopefully she'll come to another one. We'll see. We'll see. She's occupied with the grandbabies right now, the new grandbabies. So we'll see. But we asked, I know Marcus was there, Isaac was there, a lot of us were there. And I personally had a chance to get on the side with Paula and Ben. And I said, Paula, what's the fastest way to make $1 million with this company? What's the best way to make $1 million with this company? And HBN was the only thing we knew at the time. GoDesigner wasn't a part of what we're doing yet. And Paula said, I'll never forget it. She said, be at 100 BV and teach the star grid. Teach the star grid. She said, when you teach the star grid, two who get two, the balance takes care of itself. The money you make, 100, 200, 300, whatever it was, but it's bigger now. The star grid now is like $575. Used to be like 300 or 375, something like that. Even back then, she said, teach that. That couple $100, I think it had to be more than 225, Marcus. I used to get way excited about it. It went from 225 to 575. It grew that much? That's crazy. All right, 225. Look, Coach Marcus and Coach C, they know. They've been here before me. So I just got more excited about it than that. But look, here's the thing. She was like, when you teach the star grid, oh, it's only 3 levels. You right, you right, you right, you're right. 50, 75, 100. You right, you right. I remember now. It jumped 2 more levels to 5 instead of 3. I remember now. All right. So thank you, fellas. See, I don't know everything. But we were here, and that 225 was like 130 for your auto ship, and you were in profit by about $100. And then you had your fast start there and a little bit of binary. So she was like, when you focus on the star grid and teaching just the star grid and become a master of the star grid, and you're at 100 BV, you're going to be making more than you're spending every month. You teach people that, they will duplicate way faster and they will never leave. And she wasn't wrong. And I rode that pay plan. All I did when I learned that was make sure we had a 2x2. that showed people what building the star grid would do a couple levels deep in the binary. And we still teach that to this day. But the star grid is everything with HBN. When people join Go to Sign, I tell you, get to 100 some bucks a month of profit very quickly. And then when you're good at doing that, 100, 200 bucks a month of profit, go start your HBN business. A lot of people do it at the same time, like Lynn and Terry and Jessica and some others. And, you know, we all do now, but that is the value of what it is. Teach the star grid if you're at HBN. That's the number one thing to do. And the balance takes care of itself. All right, just understand that. Point number 9, okay? Wealthy people struggle too. Rich people struggle too. Okay, I can tell you it is hard to take care of your family and love on them the way you want to. Okay, and I mean parents, kids, spouse, significant other, cousins, nephews, nieces. Even if you got money, it's hard to, you know, really give them the life that you want them to have and spend the time with them that you want to spend with them all the time. It's hard to take care of your family even when you got money. But it is impossible to take care of your family when you don't have money. So you just got to choose. It can be tough, not all the time, but it can be tough to take care of your family, even if you got a lot of money, what other people would consider a lot. But it is impossible to take care of your family. And then everybody's stressed out if you worried about the mortgage and is y'all getting evicted in a month, you know? So just understand that conceptually. It's going to be kind of tough anyway at points, but it's way harder with no money. So it's not all about the money, but boy, does it help. And if that sentence doesn't make sense, you got to really ask yourself, what does taking care of your family mean to you? What does taking care mean to you? To me, taking care means something way different than it did 10, 12 years ago when I got started in this industry. So sometimes you have to just ask yourself, okay, what does taking care of my responsibilities really look like for me now? And what can I do in this business to get there? All right, number 10. Number 10. This is a good one. I told you I was going to bring this back, talking about big goals. But number 10, big commitments. All right. If your goal is only $50, you are only going to work so hard for $50. There's only so much work you're going to put in. You're only going to squeeze the orange that hard for a little bit of juice. Okay. But if your goal is $500,000, you're going to do more. Okay. Because the commitment is bigger. So you know the effort's going to be bigger because the payoff is bigger. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. You only work so hard if your goal is $100. You're only going to work so hard. But if your goal is 100,000 by Christmas, that's a bigger goal. You're going to intuitively do a lot more. Okay, that makes sense? Okay, good. All right. Now we're going to talk about the mechanics of, let's get technical for a little bit. As far as outside of showing the plan, outside of the mindset, this is the number one thing all businesses, especially network marketing businesses, have to have. This is the first step for a lot of people. Once you get your product, once you say, okay, I'm ready to show the plan, I've worked on my skills, the next question becomes, all right, well, what's next? What's my next step? The next step for most people is finding people to talk to. You cannot skip this part, okay? You need their money, not yours. You understand? So there are hard ways to find people to talk to, okay? Like cold calls. I was on the phone book video earlier, okay? Just understand that. Knocking on doors. I don't recommend it, but some people do it. And some people know their neighbors well enough to do that. You know, I'll say this. You have something that, well, all right, in network marketing, we call it coward calls. Those of us who ever did cold calls and going through a phone book, dialing for dollars, we looked at email when it first came out, email marketing. We called it coward calls. Now I can tell you, email is amazing. It's amazing. A lot of people don't know how to do it. We're giving out, I was giving out free emails to everybody, but we're going to focus on just certain groups of people right now who are serious about really getting good at email marketing. But that's a coward's call. But guess what? We still do it. I do it 5 days a week. It's just a nickname that the industry gave it. But emails are powerful. I was talking we were in the chat, and I told Ed earlier that I got involved with HBN because of email. I got an email. I got involved with my previous company where I became the #1 earner and passed up my sponsor. I had never met my sponsor before. I was on an email list he had. And he just sent me an email. He sent everybody the same email, I guess. And it was, it said something like, hey, if you want to see what I'm building now, I think this is the hottest opportunity in the industry. It's like, okay, I'll bite. I'll bite. And it was. I was like, oh, well, I'll be. So I got started because of email marketing. So I don't want you to ever disrespect text message, email. I don't want you to ever disrespect in person or home meetings. I don't want you to ever disrespect Facebook or even a postcard or something. I don't want you to disrespect any way as a building a business, because there's someone who's done that way and has made more money than me, you, and anybody on this call. There's always somebody you can find that did it the way you think is stupid and made more money than all of us. There's always somebody. There's always somebody, right? So just understand that for the most part, that's just how it works. Okay. I'm not even going to tell you the story about the guy who did radio ads. Not going to tell you the guy who did radio ads. He made a boatload of money, and I mean a boatload. So that was just his thing. He felt like doing, even if it costs money. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as what? As long as you do it. And before we move on to point number 12, because there's so many ways to find people to talk to, Facebook and 10 billion other ways. We'll talk about that at the end of the call if we have time, so you never have to run out of people to talk to. If you live in an apartment complex, nothing wrong with that. Put a 1 in the chat. If you don't live in a house, you live in an apartment complex. Just put a 1. I just want to see who lives in an apartment complex. I'm gonna tell you, I used to live in a beautiful. I miss my luxury apartment in Dallas. I love apartment complexes. I'm gonna tell you, as a network marketer, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If you live in an apartment, especially if it has like a meeting room type place that you can get, if you live in an apartment, you are sitting on a gold mine. If you are living in an apartment, you are sitting on a gold mine, and I don't care what part of the city it's in. Don't matter. Don't matter. You can, and especially, look, you are, I probably need to do a call for just people who live in apartments. I miss my apartment. No maintenance. They came and took our trash. It was amazing. You just put it outside. Valet trash service. It was amazing. I might do a call. I will do a call on how to build a business if you live in an apartment, because you have certain advantages other people don't have. But we'll get to that another time. But just I just want to put that out there for my apartment people. Y'all sitting on a gold mine, an absolute gold mine. All right. Let's move on. Number 12. All right. There are easier ways to do it than cold calls and things like that, and home meetings or meetings at the apartment community center. If you even got one, you don't even need it. Yeah, public library. There are easier ways to do it. Effective, I don't know, but definitely easier. Social media. Let me ask, how many people have ever recruited a person from social media? I just want to see. I know it better be a lot of people. Look, somebody put a 1 in the chat for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me ask this. Put a 50 in the chat if you've ever recruited somebody from social media at 50 BV. Ever. Put a 50 in the chat. So what I'm hearing right now is I'm hearing that everybody who's saying I have on a call, everybody on here, has already done the hardest thing to do when it comes time to showing a plan. Yeah, you see, you've already done it. All of this is rhetorical. You don't even need this call. You should probably wrap this call so you can go out and show the plan and recruit another person at 50 BV. But the next time you recruit somebody at 50 BV, make sure you teach them how to do it. Richard said he did it today like a boss, okay? But social media is an easier way to do it. God, Francine said 80. That's what I'm talking about, Francine. Let's go. Let's go. Right, teach people to teach people to teach people. Thank you, Sid, right? Drop cards, are they as effective as social media or home meetings? Absolutely not. But do they work? Yes. Yes. If I sponsored people that are on auto ship right now using drop cards in 2025, yes. Yes. So it definitely can work. Do you have to be consistent? Yeah. Do they cost a couple of cents a piece? Yes. Yes. What's the Marcus? What's the link for drop cards in case people want to do those? Local lead cards, something like that. If not, message me and I'll send it to you. But yeah, stuff works. Okay. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. Emails. There's so many easy ways to do it. Is it as effective or as fast as talking to people in person? No. Don't lie to people. Tell them the truth. You can do the tech way, and you can spend money on emails or leads or drop cards and websites and things of that nature. You can spend money on those tools. Are they going to be as fast as talking people in person for free? No. But are they going to be less scary for a lot of people? Yes. So that's why you want to know how to do it. Even if you don't, you want to know how or plug people into people who know how, because You're in the business of delivering value. Okay. And if somebody tells you, well, I am just not comfortable ever talking to friends and family members about this business ever, I say, okay, you probably don't need to work with me. But just in case you are just super belligerent and you really want to do the business, let me give you some ways to build a business that I use that really work, that I've sponsored people with, where you don't have to talk to friends or family ever. You can talk to strangers, but it's not free, boss. So you just got to, what's more important for you, to spend the money and, stay in your comfort zone? A lot of people do that and it works. I'm not gonna lie to you, it works. It works. At least the way I know how to do it works. I can't speak for everybody. Some people out there promoting some absolute trash that doesn't work in real life, but that's another call for another day. All right. Point number 13. So there's a hard way to do it, easier way to do it. No matter what, you still got to do it. All right. Next up, number 13, we're going to talk about customers, because customers are very, very valuable. You do not have a business. Okay, best money card, awesome. See, because Mark's gonna put the drop cards right in there. Bestmoneycard.com. Y'all enjoy it. No, we don't get paid for that. That is something where you should go if you want to work drop cards, and we'll talk more about that in the future. But don't get them if you're homeless and about to fall out, or you got the budget for it, then so be it. All right. Otherwise, don't do that stuff. You don't need it. You don't need it. Okay. Now, Rick, he folding some right now. Rick, I don't leave a crib without him. I don't leave a crib without him. Oh man. All right. Now we're talking about customers. Customers are very important. Your first sale is super important because you can't get customers. Thank you, Shauna. Right? You can't get customers until you get a customer. Like, you can't rack up some wins until you get that first win. All right. So the first sale is the start. How many people have gotten their first customer, not a distributor, that's showing the plan. And a lot of the people you show the plan to will eventually become a customer and not build, but you still got a customer for showing the plan. How many people have ever enrolled a customer? Just one customer. A person who paid money for a product for the benefits of the product. Now that is where the money in the business really comes from, because if you understand, how much does it cost to join our business? The business side. How much does our business cost? Zero. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Margie. Our business costs zero. Our products are so good. If you want to buy our product, we know you're going to love it. And that's where the free business comes from. Okay. So real wealth doesn't come from one customer. It comes from repeat customers. It's over time. So let's talk about that. This is why the auto ship is so important. Well, how do I get my customer that bought one time on auto ship? I'll tell you. How many people want to know how to get your customer that bought one time to get on auto ship? How many people want to know? I'm going to tell you right now. It's very simple. By doing something Amazon cannot do and doesn't do. What is it? By providing valuable customer service after the sale. That is how I got customers. So there were people, there was a gentleman who I got from an email list lead that bought products from HBN a couple of years back. He never built the business. He really likes the HBN products. Okay, still today, orders every month, Okay, changed jobs, still orders every month. Moved to a different state, orders every month. Had another baby, orders every month. Loves the products at HBN. Okay. I provided valuable customer service after the sale years ago to make sure he knew how to take his product. I reached out to make sure it had came in. How many people, I'm gonna tell you, you gotta message your customers, not distributors, because distributors are checking in on purpose. They reaching out to you, they getting on calls. Customers don't do that. You have to reach out to your customer to make sure the product has come in. Hey, just checking in. Text message, however's comfortable for you, however you communicate with them. But when you get a customer order, this is solid gold. When you get a customer to buy the products, you reach out 4 to 5 business days later at the most, and reach out to just make sure they've received their product, okay? And then a week after that, you reach out again just to make sure they're taking it as instructed and see how they're feeling about the product. Then you reach out the third week and you ask your customer, Just want to see if you've gotten any results from the product. Are you sleeping better? Okay, are you experiencing less pain? And usually it's a yes. And then the fourth week, you reach out to your customer and say, hey, it's been about a month. I know you're about to run out of product. Would you, if you want to reorder, let me know. And then for some of you who have gift cards, that's when your gift cards become valuable. Your gift cards become valuable when you're getting a customer to reorder in month 2. That's how you do it. And then what ends up happening is this is the definition of a customer. If someone buys a product from you 1 month, they are not a customer, they are a suspect. If that person buys a product from you in month 2, again, that person is now a prospect. If a person buys a product from you in month 3, 3 months in a row, now you have a customer. If it's not 3 days of month, 3 months of order, that's not even a customer. That's a trial consumer, maybe a prospect, a suspect. It's not a customer. Customers are going to order 3 months in a row. That's how you know you got a customer. Because once they order 3 months in a row, they typically continue to order on the products and continue to send emails. If a new product comes out, send the email. The auto ship is crucial, and providing valuable customer service after the sale is absolutely critical if you want to have repeat customers over time. How many people want repeat customers over time? Put a 1 in the chat. You want repeat customers? Do exactly what I said to do over the course of those 4 weeks. It's solid gold. It's solid gold, because I don't look at it as just a $25 or a $50 commission. I know that gentleman has been ordering products with me from an email list. He's been ordering products from me, okay, for 5 years, and I've been making anywhere from $40 to $50 a month for 5 years. I don't know how much that is, but it's probably a couple $1,000s. That's the value of one customer. 10 years from now, his value is doubled, tripled. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so just understand the value of a customer. Never, ever, 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 ever discount the importance of the value of your customers. All right, now let's see. Let's move on. Let's try to wrap this up. Let's go to the next part, number 14. All right. Now, number 14, we'll talk about distributors for a minute, because, all right, well, I'm about these customers. I know you are. If you get your 3 builders and you start teaching them, and all you did was go acquire customers, you'd qualify for Diamond, and you'd be Diamond forever, because the customers will continue to order every month under the new plan that we have. All right. How many customers or distributors at 50 BV does it take to become Diamond on the Go Design to Pay plan? Let me see. 15. And because you know it, you'll achieve it. You know your goal. All right, number 14. MLM is going to be superior to a lot of business models, and I'm going to tell you why it's superior to affiliate marketing. It is superior to starting a traditional business, because it costs so much less and you can make your money back so much faster, right? And if you're teaching people and you're a builder and you have your 3 reps, you know that's a check match. But that's a check match that is on top of the fast start that you get, the residual income, the retail commissions that you get forever. If you really want to build it and get up to a Diamond, you're getting 25% commissions on the fast start side. You're getting 25% check match, that's 50%. You're getting 6% in the matrix, that's 56%. And then you're getting roll-ups from retail and roll-ups at generational match that'll push your payout to around 70-some%, which is obscene. I'm gonna say that again for my friends in the cheap seats. If you want to put the work in to sponsor your 3 reps, which you got to get 3 before you get 15, and you get your reps, okay? You're going to be filling up the SAT grid. You're making more money every month than what you're spending. And then you were to say, I'm going to acquire some customers now. If they want to be distributors, great. But I'm going to acquire customers for this type of kit, okay? This type of kit. I'm going to get 50 BV customers or 100 BV customers or whatever, right? But I'm going to take the 5 and 10s too. Don't get it twisted. I'll take all the money, okay? When you become a Diamond, you're still getting the 25% fast start forever. You're getting a 25% check match. Now, I'm oversimplifying it, but that's what it is. So in theory, 50% payout. You're getting 6% on a matrix, that's 56%. Then on top of that, you are getting 11 more levels of 3% check match. That's another 33%. Now we're up to like 89%. You see, I'm going, then you get like a couple of 2% retails. It's not a 7, it's like a 90%. It's something so stupid that I'm going to make a crazy statement right now. I'm going to make a crazy statement. And that's if you build out the matrix. I'm going to make a crazy statement right now. Over the next 2 to 3 years, without a doubt, in our industry, which is over $200 billion industry, the Go Sign a Diamond rank will be the #1 network marketing lifestyle in the world. I'm gonna tell you, the Go Sign a Diamond rank, if you requalify that diamond, because we're teaching you to build it in a way that it lasts. You get your core, which is 3 reps. They're gonna be there. You might have to sponsor 10 to find 3 that stick, so be it. You may have to talk to 100 people to find 10 that join to get 3 that stick. So what? Get it over with. So why? Twice a year. Let's go, Lynn. I'm overdue. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Okay. So understand that you heard it here first. The Go Sign a Diamond lifestyle will be the #1 most sought after lifestyle in the network marketing industry over the next 2 to 3 years. Kelly. All right. Let's start getting to the wrap. That makes sense? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that. I believe it. 100% I believe it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to show you. Okay. So point number 15. Yep, we're running a little bit long. All right, hold on. I want to pause. We probably got about 10, 15 at the most minutes left. Put a 2 in the chat if you want to wrap it up for Sunday. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to finish it tonight. I want to hear it from y'all. I don't, we got a lot of good information for y'all tonight. All right, the people have spoken. Let's keep going. Point number 15. Your #1 focus right now, assuming you have people to talk to, because people are everywhere, from the phone book to Facebook, they're everywhere. You got people to talk to, right? Your #1 focus obviously is marketing because you're a network marketer, but the top 3 rules that you need to know for marketing, I'm gonna give them to you right now. Let me put a 1 in the chat when you got your pen ready. I gotta go through this quick. I'm gonna give you the top 3 rules, okay? For the top 3 rules in marketing. Rule #1, promote your products and business. That's #1, promote your products and business. Okay. Rule number two, promote your products and business. Rule number 3, promote your products and business. And those are interchangeable. Business, product, business. Distributors become customers, customers become distributors. Happens all the time. That is the #1, 2, and 3 rules of successful marketing for any company in the world. Promote your products and business, or your products and services. Promote your products and business. Promote your products and business. And if you want a fourth, like, all right, I know it's funny, but it's true. You want a 4th rule, like just okay. 4 rules, just a little bonus. You got to write this down. It's cool. Your 4th rule, promote your products and business. There you go. Promote your products and business. That is all you ever need to know about marketing. That's what you need to be doing right now. When we show the plan, when we do a presentation, it's showing the products and the business. Today, it was showing the products and the business. Tomorrow, it'll be showing the business and the products. We're promoting the plan. We're showing the products and the business. Promoting is different than showing. Promotion is different. Think about promotion when you get promoted at a job. Promote your products and business, #1 rule of marketing. Because if it's not making you money in business, why are you doing it? If it's not making you money, why are you doing it? Well, Will, you posted a reel on Facebook the other day that was really funny. Well, I get paid to post reels on Facebook, don't I? I'm a member of the Facebook Monetization Partner Program. I make hundreds of dollars a month, sometimes thousands, typically a couple hundred on Facebook. And I think that's fun. I think it's fun, right? I get paid from Facebook. Now, over the last year, I made thousands of dollars from Facebook. I'll post almost anything. If I like it, I don't care if you don't like it or not, I'll post it. Reels, posts, pictures. I don't get paid on stories for some reason, but reels, posts, videos, all that stuff pays, okay? If you're already a member of the Facebook Partner Monetization Program, here is solid gold. Take the same posts that you put in your stories, post in your stories. Anyone that really pops and people really dig it, you post that on your page, but you really want to post it in groups that had over 500,000 members. That's my money from Facebook went from here to here. I just did that on some posts. If you got a fire post, post it in a group that's relevant find the groups, join the groups, and post it in a group that has 500,000. Some groups have 1,000,005 members, 1.5 million members, and you get paid for that reach. You get paid for all that. So, all right. Next up, number 16. All right. Promoting your, not a product or business post. No, this is no. You can put that in the comments. Yeah, Francine got booted out. Yeah, we don't sell products in there. This is talking in these groups. That's not your group. This is other people's groups. If you build the group, you can promote your products in the business in the group. I'm talking about just making money from Facebook, a couple hundred, maybe $1,000 a month. You do that. You post other stuff over there. Okay. Yeah. So the number one focus in marketing is not making your money. Why do it? Point number 16, promoting your products and business will solve any issue. All right. When the money's good and times are good, you need to promote your network marketing business and opportunity. When times are bad, you really need to be promoting your network marketing businesses and opportunity. Most network marketers fail, not because the pay plan doesn't work, not because the products aren't great. Most network marketers fail because they don't market. I'll say it again for my friends in the cheap seats. In good times, when times are good, you should be promoting your business and your products. When times are bad, you really need to be promoting your products and your business, okay? And that's for all businesses, not just network marketing, any business owner. But most network marketers fail because they fail to market. They just either don't know what to do or they don't do what they need to do, but they fail because they're not marketing. The products are great, the money's great, their marketing's terrible. Okay, so that's what this call is really helping you about. All right, so just understand that. And network marketing is going to be the most affordable. There you go, Shauna. Promote the products and business. Sampling is huge. Okay, so network marketing is going to be the business model that for the last 100 years costs the least and can make you the highest ROI. And this is not up for debate. It is not up for debate. The only time you can try to beat it is if you get lucky with something like Bitcoin in 2013. But that's gambling. You may as well just go to the casino. Just throw a rack down and see what happens, right? So just understand you're in control from a network marketing standpoint. Point number 18, okay? The marketing part of it, once you learn it, and with the last 2 or 3 calls, you know everything you need to know about marketing. Anything else you need to learn, I'm going to teach you in the last 5 minutes on this call. Hear me out. Stop. Watch. But marketing isn't really hard. We can teach that. I'm going to tell you what's hard. The hunger is hard. Being hungry is hard. Okay? Having that fire inside to get you up when you don't feel like working, that's hard. We talk about the rule of thirds. Well, what is that? When you're building a business, okay, if you've made hundreds of thousands of dollars like some of you have, or millions of dollars like some of us have, when you're ready to really take your business to another level and you're looking at that 90 days in front of you, about a third of those days are going to be great days. It'll be amazing. 3 for 3 from 3, 10 for 12 from the field, 9 for 10 out free throws, you win the game, it's good. About a third of your days are going to be bad. Okay, bad. 6 for 15 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. You got fouled, they didn't call it. And when you went to the line, you were 1 for 4. Yeah, it happens, right? And you lost the game. That's okay. That's normal. That's to be expected. Only when you're shooting for something big. And then a third of your days when you're building a business, the days are going to just be, they're all right. I had 15 and 8. I mean, it was cool. Nothing to write home about, but I scored 15, had 8 rebounds, 3 assists. It was cool. I didn't get a whole lot of playing time. It was all right. Might not have been feeling all of that day, but that's how it is building this business. So if you have a bad day, embrace that. If you have a great day, embrace it, but don't get too high when you have a good day and don't get too low when you have a bad day. Try to keep it even and you will run the race. All right, now let's wrap up. I'm gonna give you some forms of marketing right now. You can pick 1 or 2 of these if you want to acquire people or really get good. I'm gonna give you 10. I think I got 10. 10 of these forms of marketing and promoting your products and services. And this is in addition to in-person, obviously, buttons, obviously, drop cards, obviously, things like that. This is all in addition to that, 10 ways. Websites, and I don't mean our company websites. I love our company websites. I love the fact that they're free. I really love them. However, for the 90-day time frame, I got to shoot you straight and tell you what we actually do. They just aren't converting fast enough for what we're trying to do in 90 days. So I recommend, if you're going to use a website, get a custom website for your site. And a lot of people know how to do that or build that or purchase those. And some people got family members that make those. So that is very helpful, by the way. Email marketing for people who purchase websites from Webvana. We talked about that. There's a free email thing there that's tied to that. That's really cool. That's really awesome that y'all can have. Yeah, Shauna says Sonic does websites. Yep. Then you got Facebook. Okay, you got Facebook, super valuable. You got Instagram, super valuable. So websites, email marketing, Facebook, Instagram. Number 5 is YouTube. How many people ever sponsor everybody from YouTube? I'm gonna tell you, I love YouTube sponsorships. They are some of my favorite. I'm not gonna say the name. I've sponsored people from YouTube who made over $50,000 with our company. I love YouTube. I've sponsored people from YouTube that are still here today that ain't made hardly no money, but they're still here, still ordering products and claiming to want to build. YouTube's amazing, by the way. Podcasts, that's not for everybody. I get invited on some podcasts from time to time. I know Marcus does. Facebook Lives and things like that. Anything where you're live. So Facebook Lives and things like that, or YouTube Live, those are going to be great. That's another way to build your business. Okay, that's number 5 and 6. So websites, email marketing, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, podcasts, or YouTube and YouTube Live. Podcast is number 6, things like that. Facebook Live, number 6. Ads. I don't recommend these, but I know some people who are doing pretty good, but there's a lot of restrictions on these, but some people have figured it out. I haven't, so I don't teach these because I haven't used these to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in a section or millions of dollars on the other end. Facebook Live and Instagram ads. I know someone uses those. I know people use those really good. I don't teach it because I haven't been successful at it enough to teach it. I only teach things that'll make you at least 100 grand. If it ain't 100 grand, I don't even teach it. Why? Because when you help 10 people make $100,000, that's your first million. That's your first million. That's how it works. That's how it works. All right. Next is going to be Google ads. If you're doing Google ads, which I've done those in the past. Honestly, I don't like them. Some people love them. I'm just telling you, just because I don't do it, don't mean you can't learn about it. I'm just letting you what's out there. Google ads and Google bought YouTube. So Google and YouTube ads are out there. I don't do that stuff. SEO, which is search engine optimization. That's for my technical people. I don't do that stuff at all. That's number 9, but some people love it. I haven't had the success, so I'll never teach it. And then paid traffic. Now I do use paid traffic. Instead of me putting ads out there, I will just buy leads. I'll buy clicks. I deal with trusted vendors, okay, and things of that nature. With vendors that I've worked with for years, so I know it works. I know I've sponsored people. I know I've built businesses, and I know people have made money with that. So that's me. But that's 10 ways. If you pick any one of those 1 ways or 2 of them and become an absolute expert at any one of those things, any one of them, you're going to make a ton of money. But you got to do the work to be good at any one of those, plus all the other ways we talk. Just pick one and become great at that, and pick something within your comfort zone, because that's something you'll do forever. Okay, so it might not be as fast or as cool, but it's a way to do it. And especially with paid traffic, I lost more money in paid traffic in years past before I learned the right secrets of words and right formulas. It's not just a website. It's not just clicks or traffic. It is the words and the verbiage and the communication and the flow and the system. All right, that's how it works. Now let's give you some secrets to fast results as we wrap up the call. Get a quick win. Hot Market is the best way, I think. Also, you can do Facebook, but get a quick win. If you haven't had a quick win yet, tomorrow, make it your goal to put the work in, but as your intention, of course, I want my three reps, but get a quick win, even if it's a 10 BV customer order. Just get some momentum going, okay? Get something going and get a quick win. And if you get a rep, teach them how to get a quick win, then you can expand on that because your momentum's going in the right direction. Now, I'll tell you, recruiting a 100 BV rep or a 50 BV rep takes the same amount of time or energy as a 5, 10, or 20 BV rep. It takes the same amount of time. You still got to find somebody to talk to, and you still got to either show them some information or ask them to buy. or recommend that they buy or recommend they join. You still got to have the same conversation. It's not the 100 BV difference or the 5 BV that's the difference. It's who you're talking to. It's who you're talking to. If someone offered me a network marketing opportunity and I was open to the opportunity, I would immediately ask them, what level do I need to be at to maximize commissions? That's the first question I ask. What is the top level? Because I know how these things work. What package do I need to permanently maximize my commissions? Because I'm that type of person. Now, if you're talking to somebody else, they might be thinking, what's the littlest amount I can spend to get involved? And that's fine too. But you were doing the same pitch, the same plan, the same time, but you were talking to a different person. Okay, so who you talking to matters even more than what you're saying, because the right person at the right time is going to do 50 or 100 BV, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. Next up, under ways, secrets to get some fast results, recurring revenue. When you provide valuable customer service after the sale, that is going to get you those repeat orders, and repeat orders are going to give you stability and confidence. When you know you got auto ships coming in because people love the products and you know you did a great job of providing valuable customer service after the sale for your network marketing products or opportunity, and you know that you're loving on people and you are leading from the front and you're a product of the products and things of that nature, you're going to have auto ships. And that's going to lead to stability and confidence, which leads to more action, which always leads to more results. And more results is going to lead to more confidence. More confidence is going to lead to more action because you're more confident. More action is going to lead to more results. And those more results are going to make you even more confident. And that's the cycle of winning. Okay, next up, number 4, out of 7 ways to get some fast results, copy what works. Please copy what works. Don't reinvent the wheel. I know some of you have a huge desire to be innovative. I know some of you just have personal issues where you're like, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it like they do it. I understand, but until you've made your first 100 grand, please hear me out. Can you please, just for the next 90 days, do it our way, and do it our way until you make your first 100,000. And once you make your first 100,000, if you want to change it up to some different way, you can, but you won't want to. You won't want to. Okay, you won't want to. And if you haven't made $100,000 yet, just hush. The adults are talking. And when you get there, which I know you will, it's very humbling. I had to really get humble, and I had to look to Coach Marcus Jones years ago. And Coach will tell you, I was the problem child. I was giving Coach the blues. And I had to really understand, and a light bulb had to go off, like literally. Like it wasn't God coming to speak to me. Boy, it felt like it. And it just thoughts just popped in my head. Man, are you stupid? That's what it's talking about. I said, Marcus Jones has made at that point over $4 million in network marketing commissions. You ain't made but one. Why are you so appalled? It was just pride and stupidity. Okay. So sometimes you have to humble yourself, which is not a bad thing. I have no problem being humble when I'm looking to the people that have what I want. I'm not jealous. I'm not covetous, but I'm looking at who has the results. I took it and ran with it. Right. I thank God for being humble, and because my career would have went a whole different direction if I just was going to be proud and I know everything and I got skills and this, that, and the third. Okay. Okay. You could be a copycat, but copy the right cat, man. Be humble. I'm still humble to this day. To this day. And Coach Marcus helped me so much with that. All right. Number 5, amplify your social media. Everybody knows how to do that. Take the time to make your profile great, please. Take your time to make your profile great. If you haven't attended one of our social media courses, there are tons of great free content on YouTube about how to have your social media profile not be trash. Okay, I highly recommend that. Next one, we won't cover that. I don't really like that one. And let's dive into, we'll just wrap that with 5. The last 2, I'm like, hey, it sounds good in theory. I like them. I mean, I use them, but I don't like them enough to teach them. Let's go to this. Visualize what you want. Be around what you want, okay? And then be committed to pay the price. I will drive 24 hours if it means I get one step closer to doing a meeting that gets my family in a position that I know they deserve to be in. I will walk through fire if it means that I'm going to get one step closer. There is no amount of inconvenience I would not tolerate. I would walk on glass. My feet will heal, but I will walk on glass if it meant that I could get one step closer to me giving my family and friends the life I know they deserve. And I am not exaggerating about that. I will spend, if I know, I will spend every dime if I know it's going to get me in a position where I'm making so much money, I don't care. Okay. You got to pay the price. Some of you are still in what I call price negotiation mode. You are trying to do the bare minimum and trying to get the maximum, and you haven't figured out that that's what's holding you back. But Will, I made $6,000 already. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I know, but it should have been 50. It should have been 50. But if you think that that's the way that goes and you don't want to, trust leadership, that's okay. Look, we good. All right, we're good. Now, your edge, part of your edge is going to be your ability to follow simple steps, but also your ability to tell a story. So we don't have time to do a class on storytelling. There's no need to, because Sydney Brown has written not one, but two incredible books, both of which I own, by the way, on telling stories and the power of a story. She even taught a class on that, which was amazing. And I might have been the last event, I believe it was. But my point is, there are resources out there that we recommend and use, literally amazing books that can help you become a better storyteller. And being a good storyteller is absolutely a resource that you can pull out at any given time, and you can control a room. You can control a room if you know how to tell a good story. When you're in meetings with people, especially if you're dealing with people that have been in their careers longer than you, or they got more money than you, or their Rolex is bigger than yours, or things of that nature, you can still fit in and command the room if you can tell a good story. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But yeah, check out those books. They're great. All right. Now, one thing we're doing, and Coach, you can, and that's a call for tonight. I'm gonna make a quick announcement. We can shut down the recording. We don't need to add this next part. This is just for the people who want to call.